Have you ever witnessed a coincidence? Recently, I found myself hours from home on a stage being introduced by a guy who was wearing the same brand and color of shirt I was wearing. Our wives bought them at the same store 3 hours from home. Well, that is nothing compared to these 5 coincidences. A 4-year-old Colorado boy fell out a 3rd-floor window, did 2 somersaults, and landed on his feet. I fall really, really far, Dylan Hayes told CBS News reporter Evren Kasimi. His mother said the boy was, quote, beyond lucky. He happened to be wearing a Superman shirt. Second coincidence. According to the Blunder Book, in 1895 there were only 2 cars in the state of Ohio. Sadly, they managed to run into each other. During the 1930s, Joseph Figlock was out for a walk when a baby fell out a window, landing on Joseph's shoulders. A year later, another fell out another window onto Joseph again. No word as to what was going on in the poor baby's houses. In 1911, 3 men were hanged in London for the murder of Sir Edmund Barry at a place called Greenberry Hill. The names of the men? Greenberry and Hill. An amazing coincidence number 5. Around 1940, twin boys were separated after birth. Their adopting families named them both Jim. Both married a woman named Linda. Not the same woman, I presume. But both had a son they named James Allen and later remarried women named Betty. Both had a dog named Toy. In 1979, the men were reunited. And imagine their laughter upon discovering these amazing coincidences. Sometimes a remarkable concurrence of events occurs, but far more remarkable to me is how many put their faith in coincidence. I was talking with a 25-year-old who was searching for God. I asked, when you look at the night sky, do you think all of this is coincidence? She smiled. She said, no way. My parents and teachers taught me that, but I don't buy it. How could this all have just happened? In his book, The Language of God, the brilliant scientist Francis Collins writes this: when you look from the perspective of a scientist at the universe, it looks as if it knew we were coming. There are 15 constants that have precise values. If any one of those 15 was off by 1 part in a million, or in some cases by 1 part in a million, the universe could not have actually come to the point where we see it. There would have been no galaxy, stars, planets, or people. Though as far as we know, Stephen Hawking died an atheist, he once said it would be very difficult to explain why the universe would have begun in just this way, except as the act of a God who intended to create beings like us. Richard Dawkins responded that there may be trillions of universes all fine-tuned to sustain life, which to me solves nothing. Yes, there are some whopping coincidences on this planet, but none comes within 1 billion light years of the notion that nothing comes from nothing. And to put my faith in coincidence, that this stunning, fine-tuned beauty came from no outside cause, seems to me just akin to believing that I could whack 6 million consecutive 95-mile-an-hour fastballs over the center field fence into the same guy's drink while batting like this that's left-handed. Yeah. Gary Starkweather agrees. In 1979, Gary had an idea, but his boss at Xerox thought he was crazy. Lasers were Gary's specialty, but they were of no use, it seemed. Despite constant discouragement, Gary invented the laser printer, which made billions for Xerox. Gary credits God's guidance for the success of products he's invented for Microsoft, Apple, and Pixar. That success has opened doors to share his faith in God with brilliant scientists. He says most have never seriously confronted Jesus' claims directly in their pursuit of truth. Hopefully I can help them do that, and he is. After I spoke at an event, a boy came to me and said, "Did you know that baseball is mentioned in the Bible?" I told him I did not. He said, "In the big inning." Well, in the beginning, the Bible tells us God created the heavens and the earth. Nothing else comes close to making any plausible sense to me. And this fills us with purpose, meaning, and great joy. Maybe you're wondering how long I've been in this white room. They won't let me out till you push that subscribe button. Please, please. Yeah!